and welcome to this tight beam transmission of my book talk of Leviathan Falls, the ninth and final book in the science fiction series by James S.A, which has also been adapted into a television show on Amazon Prime called The Expanse. My name is Brian Bankson from the Cinco Ranch Branch Library, and I am cosplaying as Amos Burton, my favorite character in the series. Now I know what you're thinking. What kind of person actually dresses up in costume for a book talk? And you're right. You would never do something like that. You're not that guy. But me?
I am that guy.
The Expanse series is set hundreds of years in the future when humanity has colonized the solar system. The United Nations is the controlling authority of Earth and Luna. Mars, with its powerful military, is an independent planet. And the Belters, descendants of workers who mine the asteroid belts for metals and ice, who can never live on a planet because they were raised without gravity, have formed the OPA, or Outer Planet Alliance, considered by Mars and Earth to be a terrorist organization. All three factions are perpetually on the brink of a solar system-wide war. It is the extensive world building that makes this series so awesome. James S.A. is a pseudonym for the two authors of the Expanse series, Ty Frank and Daniel Abraham, both of whom are a part of George R.R. Martin's writing group in New Mexico. When Frank joined the group, he was known for creating tabletop role-playing games and introduced the group to the world which later became the Expanse series, where you could play as one of the three factions. Daniel Abraham then offered to write a book set in this universe Ty created, and eventually they both decided to collaborate on a long series. It's also worth noting that they started the Expanse series after George R.R. Martin published A Dance with Dragons, the fifth book in his A Song of Ice and Fire series. Since then, they have finished the entire Expanse series, 9 thick books, before Martin has even finished his next book. I mean, come on, George, what are you doing? It's not like you didn't have a whole pandemic lockdown to put your nose to the grindstone. Set in this volatile political background, our 4 heroes, sole survivors of an unprovoked attack on an ice hauler they served on, investigate an alien substance that traveled for billions of years to our solar system called the proto-molecule, a blue glowing goo that when it comes in contact with organic material, rewrites the DNA to serve its own purpose. But what purpose is that? Our 4 heroes, flying in a stolen Martian gunship...
Oh, hold on there, darling. That's a legitimate salvage.
Sorry, Alex, legitimate salvage Martian gunship, travel the solar system trying to solve the mystery of the proto-molecule and who's trying to weaponize it, while struggling to prevent all-out war in the solar system. The captain of the ship is James Holden, an Earther from Montana who served in the Earth Navy before realizing he had a problem with authority. He is the quintessential Don Quixote, blundering his way into fights he can't win. He even named their ship the Rocinante after Don Quixote's horse. Naomi Nagata is a builder with a sordid past fighting for the OPA. She carries many secrets, including having a child with one of the OPA's most ruthless terrorists. Alex Kamal, the pilot of the Rocinante, is a Martian who served in the Martian Navy. Because most early Martian colonists were from India and Texas, Alex speaks of a Texas twang and enjoys classical country music. After serving in the Navy, he couldn't stand not flying a ship, so he left with his wife and child to travel the solar system. And last but certainly not least is Amos Burton, an Earther from Baltimore with a shady past. He's the psychopath with a heart of gold. If you've read all the Expanse series, know that there's more to read because Amos's backstory is told in a novella called The Churn, one of many novellas written in the Expanse universe. The crew of the Rocinante rivals the best sci-fi crews out there. The USS Enterprise, the Millennium Falcon, and maybe, just maybe, even the Serenity. Or maybe I like them because they are essentially space pirates, and we know how I feel about pirates. In my opinion, as a sci-fi connoisseur, The Expanse series is at the top of the list of the best science fiction written in the 21st century. What makes it wonderful is it discusses issues we face today, like resource scarcity, oppressed population, corporate greed, and xenophobia, while at the same time is an exciting space opera with space battles that feature completely realistic physics. Some books do one of these things well, The Expanse does it all. Now, to prepare you to read the Expanse series, I'm going to give you a short lesson in the Belter language, also known as Long Belta or Belter Creole. The authors of the Expanse series actually had a linguist create an entire language for the population that mined the asteroid belts and moons of the outer planets. A lot of their language relied on hand signals that were necessary to communicate in spacesuits, but a verbal language was created as well. Here are a few common words and phrases. Belta Loda. This is the name Belters give to all Belters as a whole. In other words, Belter kind. Bis bien. Are you okay? Sasake. Do you know? Bossman. A portside boss, not a ship's captain. Koyo. Guy. Dude, sometimes a small animal or pest. Tomebe wanya du pasa wamale tim for to opening daba ku aksa. Me too at da cabo for red for lunch. This roughly translates to, you may want to wait a bit before opening the airlock. I had the red kibble for lunch. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I just made that last one up. Well, think again. Not only did I not make this up, I actually messaged Daniel Abraham, one of the authors of the Expanse books, to get an official translation. Now, he said he couldn't personally do the translation, but he referred me to Nick Farmer, the linguist who created the Belter language, and he referred me to a site where people who are scholars of the Belter language helped me with the translation. And to make this even more official, here's The Expanse and the Walking Dead actor Chad Coleman saying my Belter phrase.
Tumibi, Wanya, Du, Pasa, Wamali, Tim for to open da Gap, Ku Ax Ku, Mita Ida, Kimbo da Red for lunch.
So now you see the links I will go to for what is essentially a sci-fi flatulence joke. And just so you know, author Daniel Abraham replied to my message in 10 minutes. I'm sure it would have taken George R.R. Martin 10 years to write a response. So if you haven't started the Expanse series, as you can see, you have many exciting hours ahead of you. Or if you've been waiting patiently for Leviathan Falls like me, it is a thrilling end to the adventures of the Rocinante crew and a bittersweet goodbye. You can check out all these amazing books at any Fort Bend County library. As you can see, they're so popular, 3 of them are checked out right now. But they are also available as audiobooks on CD or ebooks on Libby. Thank you for watching this book talk on Leviathan Falls. I will leave you with a traditional Belter farewell. Gutgau Pampa Sabake. It's a fluid language.